Welcome to Grace on Fire, bravely creating with wild abandon that which sets our hearts on fire. And today we have a most extraordinary guest. I am so grateful and so honored to have her on the show again. She's been on in the past, and we might touch on that. And she was struggling for her life. Very much so. And she is back on, and she has come through a hump. And we are so honored, so privileged to have Toi Campbell with us today.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here.
It is our honor, Toi. And look at you. You have come through the fires and you are on the other side. You're healing, you're healthy, you're walking without any kind of support.
It's amazing. I mean, I think back to the fundraiser that you and the rest of the community came together and did for me, and all that energy and all that love, that's been the catalyst to get me over the hump. I mean, yeah, I had medical intervention and holistic care, but just that energy, that force, that has been a miracle in my life. And I revisited, just that energy regularly just to feel it again. And it's still potent in my life. So I always have to just give thanks to you guys for what you did for me.
Well, that was a miraculous coming together, and we came together for you, and you brought that, your love, your beauty, and all of our love for you. And of course, we have to acknowledge Sandra Malbaum because she was the catalyst in bringing that event together and having that happen. And
absolutely.
And then all the community joined in, and it was because of our love for you, Toi, because of your service and your amazing spirit. And we were all so in love with you that and it was in one of the most miraculous events when everyone just surrounded you and sent you energy and love, and the entire night was a celebration of you.
Well, I appreciate that, and it has done so much for me, not just on the physical level. And I know I don't want to get off on a tangent already, but it fills me with so much emotion just thinking of that moment in time, because it's helped me, oh man, not just be able to walk and regain my health to a certain extent, but just what it's done for me on the inside, on a spiritual level. It's helped me to know myself better. It's helped me to be able to love me on a different level. To receive that love from you guys helped me to understand what love can really be. And oh my gosh, it's so much bigger than I realized. So yeah, I'm just blessed to be here in the nook of all your amazing energy here in Salt Lake City.
Well, we love you. And I have a few questions for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How has your recent health crisis been pivotal in your life today?
I guess kind of like my life. Yeah, my knife life. Let's put it that way. That's what it feels like. But yeah, just going back to what we were just saying. It's been the gravitational pull. It's been the G-force to help me grow up, to come into myself. When I think about myself before all of this happened, I mean, yeah, I had gone to school, gotten degrees, had jobs, accomplished things, so to speak. I was a shell of a person. And when I think about myself now, it's like I'm filled in. I'm a more whole person. And I mean, it's like I kind of compare it to the caterpillar in the cocoon. Been in a cocoon all my life, trying to grow, trying to develop, but I still needed some more catalyst in that cocoon to help me bust out. And this illness, but when it hit really hard, just after I visited you on the radio show, oh man, that has been the force to help me grow up. And so not that I'm out of the cocoon yet, I'm still very much in, but I've at least bust through the shell. I can see the light, and who knows what my wings will look like, and who knows how far or how high I'll be able to fly, but we'll see. We'll see.
Wow. Yes, I imagine your wings are going to be extraordinarily spectacular and
Oh my
take
God.
you to the most amazing places with that heart and soul of yours. Watch out, world.
We'll
When
keep you
Toy
posted.
gets her wings, I think you already have wings. They're just continuing to grow.
They're still wet.
That's okay. You've got them.
Oh, bless you.
Another question, what are some modalities that have helped you navigate through your toughest moments through this health crisis?
Mm. Well, there have been a few things that I've kind of gone back to yeah, when I feel like, oh my gosh, this pain is unbearable, or am I going to wake up in the morning? Um, and not to sound cliche, but oh my gosh, this whole gratitude thing is priceless. It really does work with when you're feeling just, self-absorbed, all just tied up in your little issues and your pain. If you just can break out of that for 2 seconds, it happens so fast when you can shift, into that gratitude mode and just think about, well, at least I'm warm, at least I have a comfortable roof over my head. Just the smallest things can just shift that heaviness, those burdens. And I mean, it's a gradual process. It doesn't just happen, like solve all your problems. You still have your issues, but you realize, well, I don't just have my issues, I have a lot of blessings too. So it just helps to, keep some type of balance with your, yeah, your attitude and how you're feeling. Um, what else? I think, oh, well, I guess kind of the same type of thing, shifting your perspective. And yeah, I think through this illness, I realized how much I was into myself. I was very self-absorbed. And so when you think outside of yourself and, well, what could I do for somebody else? Or what is the planet Pluto doing? If you just think, way outside the box, way just something that has what's going on in China right now. And just shifting that perspective, going out, coming back in, it just helps you realize that life is going to do what it's going to do, and you are in the right place at the right time, just like Pluto is in the solar system where it is supposed to be. You are too, And gee, what else? Learning to just lighten up. Everything is not the end of the world. Since I've had plenty of time just resting, well, I decided to pick up some of those big monster books that are on your, bucket list. I recently read Dante's Divine Comedy. I was always intimidated by that, but I just picked it up and started reading it. And just the insights you get, from reading, and yeah, it just helps you wisen up a little bit because it broadens your perspective, shifting that perspective again. So, and just watching good movies, eating good food. So I have obviously a list of things that I do just to get through those tough times. But you know what? I'll keep that list, and on any day, even if it's a rainy day that I'm feeling so-called down in the dumps, I'll just turn on a good movie and eat some good food. Everything will be fine. So that's about it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love, Toy, how you've taken the perspective shift, and you've taken all the struggles, but it says, I also have all these blessings, and that in itself is such a huge perspective shift when we're just so immersed in our struggles. It just drags our vibration down and drags everything down, and we get depressed. And you says you shifted into gratitude, and gratitude for all the blessings, because we always have, I think everyone at any moment could come up with some challenges and some blessings in the same minute, but often those challenges take precedence in front of us. And you took that and shifted yourself focused on your blessings and the gratitude. And that, oh, alone had to help so tremendously that process of healing.
It makes all the difference. It's amazing how magical that gratitude, that sense of gratitude can be in your life. Just in the blink of an eye, it just can change the way you feel. It's like, wow, I don't even need a pain pill. I feel so much better just by thinking of something good in my life. It's amazing. I don't know the science behind it, but it works. It's real.
I don't know the science behind it either, but that is what has taken me out of really deep, profound grief with my son, is focusing on gratitude. So I don't know what the science is on it either, but it sounds like that has worked for you. It has worked for me. I'm sure it has worked for a lot of other people, but it is a profound shift in perspective. And I am grateful that you were able to create that shift.
It's ongoing.
It is ongoing. Yeah. Yeah. We can't let that one go.
No.
So Toi, what would you tell your younger self to help get through life's challenges?
Wow. Yeah, I would have had to have like a series of conversations with my younger self. I don't know if I was so hard-headed, and I didn't realize how as being older, you realize how, hard-headed and maybe even a bit arrogant you were in your youth. As a 20-year-old, you think you just have it all together. I have a diploma. I'm getting my degree. I have a little job. I've got the world all, but oh man. And so I'm assuming there'll be more to come. So I'm trying to listen to myself right now so I don't have issues in the future. But to answer your question, I'm going off on a tangent here. Oh man, as a 43-year-old, I would tell my younger self to live life from the inside out. Because I think especially now, it's so easy to get caught up into what you see on Facebook and all these images and all these things you have to live up to be of worth, to be somebody. And I was caught up in that more, even though, I still had my spiritual side of my life, and I felt like I was balanced, but I was caught up in that world of trying to achieve and trying to, prove points that I'm worth this and I'm adequate, and it's not about that. Now I'm learning to just wait and listen to that inspiration that comes from within, and go from there. And I've realized that I don't need a title to be of worth. I don't need I don't need a plaque that says any particular, accomplishment that I've achieved on the wall. I am happy being the cog in the wheel. It can be a nameless cog. It doesn't even have to have, some silver metallic paint on it. Just my little cog that is uniquely me. Now, that's what excites me now to get up in the morning. It's like, well, I'm me, and whatever me does, just naturally, knowing myself and just going from that place, that's all I need. And that has been giving me so much fulfillment right now, because getting to a place where you can't even walk and, you're in the prime of your life, it set me into a midlife crisis, seriously. And I'm still dealing with some of that energy, but just being okay with my little place in the world, my little place in the cosmos, without any titles. You don't even have to call me Toi. You can say, hey, you. And I'll be like, yep, that's me. I'm excited about, this little entity, this little life I've been given. And I obviously I'm just being used and blown in the wind wherever I'm supposed to be. I'm trusting the universe. So that's what I would tell my younger self in a nutshell. Live life from the inside out and trust the universe. It's working out, believe it or not, without you trying to force it.
Wow. Wow. That is spectacular, Toi.
I've been working too hard at this thing, Just be.
Yes. Yes. This is the process that I'm in now. I've been doing a year sabbatical, and this is the same process and the same, and it's very connected to John's message today. So
Mhm.
it's, I love I don't think there's a more profound message for the world
Yeah,
right now. For our younger selves or our present selves or whatever age we may be.
yeah,
This is the message right now. And this is the energy of the planet right now.
mm.
And you've had that opportunity to really have that time to go in and really connect deeply and fall deeply in love with yourself.
It's been a blessing this time, this downtime.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
guess again, we're in this thing together. You, me, John's energy, the world. We're learning and growing and evolving together, and that's what's really cool too. Speaking of the cog in the machine, when you think about that whole machine that you're a part of, I'm right here with you on Grace on Fire and doing a little cog thing, and this is just fun, you know.
Yes, yes. Yeah. What a gift, to take that experience of not being able to walk. So there was a lot, so the universe forced you to go within and spend time with yourself. And you have dug deep inside. You've set your roots deep down into your soul, and you are healing, and have come into yourself and a greater love and appreciation and peace within your own being. What a blessing and a gift. And now we get to, you get to share you with the world. We get the benefit.
Oh, bless your heart. Well, yeah, I'm just excited to be a part of it. I'm like, okay, I'm back. I'm here with you guys. I'm in it.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful. So grateful. It's such a joy to highlight you, Toy. Is there anything else you want to share with the world about you?
Well, see, now I feel like, okay, enough about me, but no, I appreciate you and the work that you do. You've been a huge example. You and, like you mentioned, Miss Sandra Melbon. I call her Auntie Sandy because she's just like been an auntie for me. But oh my gosh, you ladies are just amazing forces, and I look up to you so much and just appreciate the work that you do. You're setting an example for me. So like after I listen to myself, I'm like, well, what can I do in the world? And then all I have to do is look at all these amazing examples I have around me and just follow your lead. So yeah, this is still just the beginning for all of us, I think. So thank you for taking the torch and leading the way for those of us that are just now waking up. So yeah,
We're all walking each other home side by side, hand in hand, as equals, and I love that. And
yeah.
and we're so grateful. Toy has contributed a message of hope for our peace event 2020. So
And
yeah,
mom joined in with that too, actually.
yes, yes. So we're so grateful for that. So
Yeah.
you are sharing your gifts, and there'll be
Oh,
so many other opportunities.
yeah,
Life
yeah,
is synchronistic that way.
exactly, exactly.
Those opportunities will come to you. We're all discovering our path and our highest possible destinies in this life.
Yeah, and yeah, it's interesting, and I guess the thing within that is just not to take this thing too seriously, like really just still have fun with it, and know that, yeah, like it's working the way it's supposed to work. And even though, geez, especially here lately, it's been seeming crazy. It's like, do we have any hope left out there? But when you go within, you're like, okay, I think we're still okay. I think we're better than okay. So just staying connected to that divinity to keep you on track with what's real. So
Wow. Yes. I told you when we started that it was a short message from John. Well, it is right in alignment with everything that you're sharing.
oh, cool,
So
cool.
your divine self and John's divine self have the same message today.
That's awesome. So I guess maybe, yeah, we were syncing up. Me and John's spirit and energy. He was getting me ready for you today. So I appreciate that. He's looking out.
Yeah. Well, and we see from, you, the transformation of you. I mean, when you were on my show last, we were worried you weren't going to live. I mean, and your mom was, I can't even, I can't imagine because I lost a child, but going through months of fearing for my child's life, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. And now you're both on the other side, and this sinking in and connecting with your soul power and your deepest aspect of your being, and connecting with you on your deepest levels, has that energy of your soul has risen up inside of you, and every time I see you, you're just a little brighter, and it's like, how could she be more beautiful, and how could she be any more brighter? And then of course you are every time I see you.
I don't feel that way when I first wake up in the morning, but
Well, nobody does.
But no, it's just like, yeah, you kind of, I guess, get into this age too where you're like, okay, you're in the middle of things, and that youth is kind of behind you. And I mean, at this point I can say thank goodness, but it's kind of scary in a way, because it's like, when I'm losing my thought. But yeah, just getting to this point in your life where, yeah, you just, I don't know, I lost what I was going to say, but oh man, I hate it when this happens. See, this is part of that fog that's happened from all that chemo. So I'm still working out the kinks. But yeah, I lost it. It'll come back.
Maybe it'll come back in our conversation.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Or maybe John is saying, no, scratch that. You don't need that. Move on.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you, Toi, for this beautiful highlight, and that we get to know you a little more, and for your wisdom that you've shared with us today, and a peek into your life and how you've come through some really difficult challenges, from almost leaving the planet to now you're thriving vibrantly. And we are so grateful, and we are so honored to have you on this planet. And thank you for this highlight in this time.
Well, it's always a pleasure to share with you. And I, like we were saying before we even started our official interview, just it's kind of like a full circle, because yeah, I did have come in there and chat with you before, like when I thought I was really sick, and I didn't know that it was going to get any worse after that interview when you had me on your show. And yeah, just full circle to have this conversation again with you and to share with you on the other side of it. Oh man, this is so cool. So maybe we should just do this every year. I'll come and talk to you again next year,
Yes,
and we'll see what's going on,
Let's do it. Rain check. Yes. I mean, well, it's a deal for sure.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we can't have enough of you, and we'll just, see your evolution as you go through. Because the evolution from when you were on last is two different people.
I totally feel it. I totally feel it. So we can have even a better conversation each year. This conversation is better than the last one. Next one will be even better. I mean, it'll be a full-blown party in like 3 years.
Absolutely. 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 Yep. Yes. Well, thank you for this highlight, Toi. I so greatly appreciate you being on the show. We love you. We cherish you. We bless you. And yes, namaste to you.
You too. I love you, Grace. Thank you for being there for me.
Always. Welcome back. We are on our conversation portion. We have Toi Campbell. I'm so excited to have this beautiful, radiant example of a woman who has gone through a life-threatening illness, has moved through it, and is on the other side. We just had a beautiful highlight on her. I hope you can listen to that. And here she is, radiantly healthy, vibrantly alive, full of love. That can't be contained. She's a light, the light of the world. And we're on Grace on Fire. We're going to have a spontaneous conversation. And we've been talking, right? In the highlight, we were really touching on some things about health and wellness, and shifting our perspective into the positive, And we were also talking about going inside. And I love how you put it, Toy, in the highlight, living my life from the inside out. I absolutely love that. I love it. And you're going to love John's channeling in a minute or two.
I cannot wait. Yes.
Well, it's everything you just said.
Really?
But this whole living from the inside out, I think this is one of the biggest things that the world needs to focus on right now. It's been a constant theme in John's messages. It was the message today. And I believe that this is going to be, I'd like to say, our salvation. This is what's going to get us through humanity. You've come through almost death to vibrant life. And humanity is in a very, I don't know the best word, but we're in a very challenging circumstances right now. And maybe some of the same things that you have shared on your highlight, the living life from the inside out and changing the perspective from all the challenges that we're dealing with to the blessings we're dealing with. That can take humanity through this hump of these challenging times to a more thriving, vibrant, peaceful time on this planet as a humanity.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure you've seen so many examples even in your own life where you realize when you evolve from a certain place and you get on the other side of it, a challenge, so to speak. And after you get on the other side, you can exhale and you can see more clearly. And yeah, you're at a different level of peace. And that place that you were at, you'll never go back there again. Like the lesson is learned. The hump has been conquered and moved away from it. And so I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure that just these little micro examples that we have in our own life, this is happening on this grand scale for our human race here. So we're in the thick of it now, but as we are getting through it, and as we get through it, after we get through it, oh man, when we look back on 2020 and some of these crazy times within this year, we're going to be like, whoo, we learned some lessons. Thank goodness we never have to do that again, and we're that much better for it. And we're just going to experience a newfound peace, which I'm looking forward to experiencing that as a whole on this earth. That's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think when you say the word peace, that is just bullseye powerful for the world, and taking the responsibility for each and every one of us to become more peaceful inside our own self. Moment to moment to moment, and that peace is a moment to moment thing. I know for me, that I'll be in peace, and something might come up that triggers me, and I have the opportunity, and my go-to is, minute I start to feel myself getting anything less than deep peace, is choose for me for peace, help me to see this differently. And this is what this has been my shift out of conflict to peace for probably 20 years. And it shifts me right out. I realize this is a story. I can't know that this story that's upsetting me is even true.
Yeah.
I am committed to peace. I know that peace is available regardless of the circumstance, regardless of what's going on. There'll always be some challenges no matter what, but I can always choose peace. That's always an available option within me. That state is always available unconditionally. And just choosing over and over and over and healing our own wounds, so that we can become greater conduits for this peace that we want to bring into the world. Individually, is each one of us becomes a greater conduit for peace, that affects the entire world.
Yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense when you think about it in, just small terms. Because I like the way that you bring it to make the foundation as peace, because, I think it's so much out there now that's, oh yeah, I'm happy, joy, positive thinking. And that kind of just glosses over what's fundamental. fundamental. And I think the fundamental feeling or fundamental energy is like what you said, peace. If you're at peace, whatever comes at you, you can deal with, because you have that iron rod of peace to hold on to. It's like, okay, you're not going to shake me off of my ground. And it's like, as a baby, I mean, because I've seen myself as a baby for so long now, I can totally relate. You know, the baby is, parents give you everything you need. We get what we need from the divine, from the universe, but it's up to us to take that first step, to be brave enough to stand up on your two little legs and take that step. It's really our responsibility. Our peace, our, everything is really up to us. So as a whole, we as individuals are responsible for the whole in creating that peace. So you hit the nail on the head.
I love what you said, Toi, about, it's our responsibility. It's, like it's our responsibility as a baby. Nobody can teach us to walk, and we may fall 1,000 times. And we don't want to worry about that. Babies don't worry. They land on their butt 100 times before they start running around the house.
Mm-hmm.
If they were worried about failing or making a mistake or looking silly, they would never learn to walk, because there's a lot of falling in the process of learning to walk as a baby. And we all know that. I mean, they fall on their little diaper a few times, and then finally, even when they take a few steps, they will fall. And it's okay. They don't even care. They just get up and fall again. They don't make it mean anything, nothing like that. But they're taking that responsibility. They're doing the best they can. They're not worrying about any kind of failure or how they look or anything like that. And peace is the same, because it is a responsibility that only we can choose. Nobody can choose peace for us. I mean, people, like you said, God, the universe, our friends, our family can love us. We can have a beautiful home. We can have food. We can have friends. We can have everything at our feet. We still need to choose peace inside our own minds. It's our choice. No one can. It's like going to the bathroom and paying taxes. No one can do it for us.
There you go.
No one.
And really, that can sound scary, but when you just dare to do it, dare to take responsibility, and you see how good it feels. Like, I'm sure after the baby kid realizes, wait, I can get around this house without mom. I'm sure that feels like, whoa, this whole thing is opening up to me. And when you start making those little choices to bring peace into your life and your existence, I mean, you get hooked in a way. It's like, I'll never be a victim to anything. I can always choose. And that's, I guess, one of the blessings and benefits of being in this 3D entity that we get to be here on Earth, is you get to learn about these choices and taking responsibility. I mean, of course, I don't know what it's like in any other realm, but just right here, just having this tactile experience, it's, oh man, I mean, talk about learning some lessons. You get them through and through, and it's so cool.
Absolutely. And the universe is so kind in its
forgiving,
mysterious way of always stimulating growth and giving us the opportunities to grow. And sometimes that we go through our stuff, and we go through, and I love what you said. One of the things, when my mom passed earlier this year, the 1st of March, and it was a very trying time through February while she was in hospice, and there was a lot of different things going on. And John said exactly what you said. I was on a walk, and he said, you can choose peace regardless. You are not a victim. Do not go into because you just mentioned the victim, and I love this. I just want to remind, revisit it, because it's so easy for our minds to go into victim, and that's not empowered. That's a not empowered way of being. And then we can notice I'm in victim, because we all slip in there sometimes. We're human. I mean, it's there's a mass conditioning where we slip in, woe is me. And when things are hard, it's human, and it's innocent. However, we always have that choice to choose back into that state of peace, regardless of what is going on, and out of that disempowered conversation of victim, because that's always available. I think anyone at any moment could think of something that they're a victim to, either something in their past or something that's going on now, or I think we could just COVID, I mean, anything that means I'm a victim. But we have to rise above that low level vibration, that low level disempowered way of being, and say, no, I am an empowered human being. I can choose peace. It's my responsibility. I don't need anything out there. I don't need to rely on anything out there as my source to change in order for me to have peace. Because so often it's such almost an addiction to once the money's better, or once my relationships gets better, or once I lose the weight, or once I this, or I get the great job, or
then your life will be solved.
I will be at peace, or and it's giving your power away. Things outside yourself, and we're moving back into your conversation about living from the inside out. When we say, inside me is my source. This is my source. It's my choice inside to choose peace and stay in that vibration of peace and emanate peace and speak from a place of peace. And that's my responsibility, regardless of what's going on, and stepping out of the victim into the empowered human being, and not relying on anything outside of us to change. Nothing outside of us needs to change for us to choose peace. It's a state. It's like happiness and feeling the emotion of love, or just feeling we can choose that. They're freely available. They don't cost anything. The circumstances don't have to be a certain way. We actually can choose the experience of peace, love, happiness, freedom, joy inside ourselves, regardless of anything outside.
And just piggybacking on what you're saying it's totally up to us, and it's there for the taking if you want it. And I guess in a way, just the programming that you get as you're going through school, and all these institutions where we're just programmed at such a young age, and it's a new habit you have to create. It's like building that muscle, and it's easier said than done. It takes time. I've had to go through it to even get a glimpse of that choice that I have. So it's there for the taking, like you said, but you have to learn how to get up and grab it.
Thank you, Toi, for bringing that up, because I say it, but I also I'm challenged at times. We're all challenged. And I think sometimes, I know for me, what I've seen is there's a pain body, or a pain groove where that's familiar. It's that victim, that pain, and we all have that somewhere inside of us, and it's easy to just slip in there unconsciously and be, you never know, minutes, hours, days being in that pain, that story, and that and all that pain that comes up. And I've experienced it. We all have.
You don't even realize it.
Right. And peace is always freely available now. It's a choice. And it's always freely available regardless of the circumstances, but it is not an easy choice. It is an easy choice, but it takes vigilance and diligence, commitment, and tenacity. You can't give up.
It's not for the weak of heart.
It is not for the weak of heart. And it's a commitment that you take over and over and over, minute to minute to minute. And you never fail, because anytime you feel yourself, in that groove of the victim and the pain and all that familiar stuff come up, you can choose again. And it's not easy too, because I know I'm a very emotional person. So sometimes when the emotions start to flood me, it's like, what do I do? And we have to find our tools. So gratitude is one of my tools and one of your tools.
Mhm.
What has helped me through, John, I've told this, people have heard it over, is I just chant thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, till I start to feel that gratitude and I start to feel it. And I'll just sit and chant it until I have shifted from that vibration of fear, or whatever form that takes, grief, dread, anxiety. And then I'm feeling in that the higher vibration of gratitude and feeling blessed and grateful. And then I'm in that new shift. Sometimes if the emotions are a little stronger, I might need to go for a walk or a run, or do some yoga, or call somebody, or even have someone take me through a process, or because it might be this huge, triggering a core wound. But we do it to get ourselves back into that state of peace, because we're being responsible for ourselves and the planet and
Mhm.
humanity,
Yeah. And
holding
that's
that
cool.
vibration.
Yeah. I like that you even, added that in because yeah, when those emotions run high, oh, they're a force to reckon with. It's hard to push through that and get on the other side. But I guess, yeah, I didn't think about it in those terms. When you do get on the other side, or you're able to find that catalyst to get you out of that place, I guess not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping this whole thing that we're in, this whole world. I didn't think about it in those terms. That's cool.
Absolutely. One of the things John has been sharing a lot, and I'm going to share his channeling in just a few minutes, is that when that vibration of fear, when the mass amounts of people, of humanity, are joining in on that fearful vibration, it brings the whole vibration of humanity down.
Mm.
And that's when violence happens. That's when wars happen. That's when all the things that we don't want to happen on the planet happen, because it's a mass low vibration in fear. Masses of people in a
Mhm.
very fear and dread and grief are the lowest of vibrations. And when we're in a mass consciousness around the globe, it brings the entire humanity down. And this is why the greatest thing we can do right now in this time is to keep our vibration high and keep ourselves out of the fear vibration and into the vibration of gratitude and
Yeah.
love, compassion,
Yeah.
connection to humanity, feeling that sense of hope for a better world. And we have to stay up in that vibration, and peace, most of all, as the foundation. And as we start to collectively, mass consciously choose that vibration of peace and love and
Mhm.
gratitude, that will make the hugest difference on this planet than anything else.
That is right on. You know what? Just being here with you right now, having this conversation, this is helping raise my vibration even more. So thank you. This is awesome. I mean, I feel the energy. So I know it's doing something good out in the world.
Wow. Well, thank you for this beautiful conversation, Toy. I so love and cherish and adore you. You are the light of the world.
Like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize that about your mom. So just real quick, I wanted to offer my condolence to you. I didn't know you were going through that this year.
Thank you, Toy. Thank you, Toy. She's with Johnny. She's with
Thank you.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Um, Well, thank you for this conversation, Toy. This has been beautiful. I'm looking forward to next year. We do have a date.
Yes, ma'am. I will be there.
And we're going to move into a message from John. We're still here with Toy. I'm going to open up my document. We are here today on Grace on Fire with Toi Campbell, and we are going to share a message for humanity channeled by John the Beloved, my beloved son. All time and all eternity come down to this now moment. There is truly no more important time ever. And in this now moment, where your vibration is resonating, the love that is flowing through your wide open heart and the peace within your mind are amongst the most important aspects. We are all human beings with a trillion more things in common than different. And ultimately, we all want the same things: peace, happiness, and love. When we are separated and divided, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we are less powerful. When we come together for the greatest and highest good of all, empowered in our own selves, we are powerful beyond measure. Many people are feeling a sense of separation, loneliness, and isolation. And this is difficult for human beings because we are social animals. And connection and love raise our vibration, raise our joy and our sense of fulfillment. We can all use this time for our highest and greatest good and the good of the entire species and the planet by taking more time than usual to go within. Take time to look into your own eyes and send yourself love. Take time to direct your attention into your own infinite soul power. Take time to form a loving bond and connection with your own self, your true source and deepest love. We're in a time of distraction. We become so easily distracted by things outside ourselves. And we have the opportunity at this time in our lives to take a few moments, as many as possible each day, to not be distracted from the outer world, the media, the social media, other people, and bring that love and attention inward. When we connect more deeply to our own self, forming a deeper love for self, we have more love to give others and the world. Take this time, this challenging time, as a gift to your own being, a time to develop a deeper love, compassion, and loving connection to the inner self, the one you know best, the one you will never lose. You can never lose, can never become separated from your eternal companion and deepest, most loving and loyal friend. I love you all, John the Beloved.
That was beautiful. What a perfect message for us today. Wow.
And it went right along with what you shared.
Guess we were all in the same energy together today. So thank you to you. Thank you to John the Beloved. That was amazing. So uplifting.
Yes. So, and your message, so uplifting. I am going to keep that in my mind. I'm going to live my life from the inside out.
Amen.
I love it.
We got a new thing here.
That's Troy's thing. I love it. I love it. And it's been John's message all along is,
Yeah.
so we're all, you know, we're all connected. We're all connected. And we just want to connect in the highest vibrations. And John keeps saying that, you know, the higher the vibration, the closer you are to reality.
Mm.
The closer you are to the truth.
Mm.
He says truth is, there's no words for truth. It's a state of being. But when we raise that vibration up and we connect more deeply in a loving, you know, deeply loving space for ourselves, this world can, heaven on earth.
Literally. I mean, it gets hard to find the words to articulate it, but I can feel it. I can feel what John is trying to tell us. I feel it.
He says heaven is a vibration, a very high vibration, and we all can go there. It's free. It's a choice.
Well, amen to that too.
Thank you, Toi Campbell, so much for bringing your light and your love, your beauty and your radiance and your wisdom and grace to this beautiful highlight and Grace on Fire show. I love and honor you so much.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, we'll just continue this conversation another time. And happy holidays to you and your loved ones and to everyone that's, you know, watching this that we're doing. And yeah, just nothing but love for everybody and everything.
Amen. Amen. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Wishing you all, thank you for joining in. Thank you for coming and taking the time to join in. And for Grace on Fire, we wish you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.